Welcome to another edition of Rambler Sports Recap. This is your host, Ben Tripp, and I will be keeping you up to date on McBain Sports. To start off today's episode, we have some of our graduated student athletes who had an event at the Lakers Bob Eubanks Open, with Maggie O'Malley taking 7th in the mile, Grayson Verberkmos took 5th in the 600-meter run, Blake Wexstone took 5th in the high jump. And for our basketball players, Cooper Agama had 4 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and 7 steals in the Cougars' 64-61 win. Kelly Hooker had 4 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists in a 101-28 win. The boys varsity basketball team is having a lot of success right now, with Evan Haverkamp leading the conference in points per game, rebounds per game, and blocks per game. Ben Rodenbaugh is 8th in rebounds per game, 1st in assists per game, and 9th in steals per game. Nathan Cucci and Clayton Engelwright are 8th and 9th for assists per game, and Clayton Hooker is 5th for blocks per game. The varsity basketball team had an upsetting loss in Cadillac last week Monday, where the Vikings put a very good defensive effort to hold McBain to a 33-36 loss. They also had a game last week Wednesday where they took the win against the Roscommon Bucks 77-47 for another conference win, keeping their undefeated record in the Highland Conference. Evan Haverkamp paced McBain with 25 points, Clayton Engelwright scored 13, Darius Pena-Perez had 8, and Nathan Cucci, Carson Murphy, and Clayton Engelwright each had 6. They had another game on Tuesday against Houghton Lake where they stayed perfect in the Highland Conference with a 63-39 win over the Bobcats. Evan Haverkamp and Darius Pena-Perez each had 12 points, while Clayton Hooker had 8 and Ben Rodenbaugh scored 6. Finally, they had a game on Thursday against Lake City where they beat the Trojans 64-28. Darius Pena-Perez led McBain with 14 points, while Clayton Hooker scored 10, Evan Haverkamp had 9, and Nathan Cucci scored 8. Just like the varsity team, the JV boys team had an upsetting loss to Cadillac last week Monday, again being a low-scoring game, losing to the Vikings 34-35. They also had a game on Thursday against Lake City, though, where they beat the Trojans 59-21. The varsity girls basketball team had a game last week Monday against Kent City, where they ended up losing that game to the Eagles 24-32. The girls varsity team also had a game last week Wednesday against Pine River, where in another conference game they utilized their strong defense to beat the Bucks 53-36. Both Peyton Grant and Isabel Roosevelt had amazing games with an amazing defensive job and 15 points from Isabel Roosevelt, and an amazing offensive job by Peyton Grant with 24 points. They also had a game on Wednesday where they beat Houghton Lake 51-30. Peyton paced the Ramblers with 27 points, while Isabel Roosevelt scored 10. The JV girls also had a game against Kent City last week Monday where they beat the Eagles in an incredible match 57-30. Again, my name is Benjamin Tripp, and thank you for tuning in to today's Rambler Recap. And remember to tune in next time to stay updated in the world of McBain sports.